All of the smokes, all of the flashes, Jensen. Wayne taken down. Spots one out, Grumble. Sharp for the angle by Grumble, they line up for him! A thrifty! Back to back from both these teams!
It'll be hard,
What is happening?
but I'll try.
Oh, the hero Vandal sings the tunes of death once again, but this time in the hands of Grumble. And this is the guy I've been waiting to watch here, and he delivers in the third round itself. They line up for him, basically, but it was such a good maneuver as well. They realized that these guys are not going to be playing in the most open of sights. They're going to play a little bit more towards the retake positions. Hence, A-Short was the place that they were expecting them to be. The tripwire broken. They got the A site. Made sure that they waited for somebody to push in, close the door, and that's when they started their maneuver of getting the plant, and then Grumble did the rest. A beautiful round as they start off once again, this time with a lot more firepower going in towards A-Short.
With the Blade Storm already, the Doctor punish. We're going a little bit too aggressive, take up too much space. Waits for his team, Juicy. Finding some value over the mid side. Full control of the area, can pivot to B if they choose to, but it's gonna be A that will be the point of contention. Tree pushing in already. Grumble gonna find Sube all alone on his own lonesome.
One enemy.
Two areas come through. It's gonna be so hard for the other members of RDA to do much, as Markel also gonna follow suit, joining his teammates as they go and try again next round.
Will they try the same old tricks?
Yeah, pretty straightforward, simple round. Vera getting in the advantage, gets the one pick on in towards A-Short, walks straight in, and he finds so much control onto A Heaven. And the last player that was left on the side was forced onto A main. That was taken care of by Wayne as well. That's going to be 3-1 for DSG. Pretty decent start for them. A couple of ultimates built up as well. They've got the kill contract on Juicy, which means that there is a possibility of a flush-in on towards that mid-region. But look at the attention that RDA are putting. They've got a crunch, it seems, here. Fixie, keen on the fight. Whoopi flashed away. Reconned away, for that matter. A knife goes in as well. And RDA's mid-maneuvers have been stopped in the tracks.
Also, look at where Markel has positioned himself all the way off-site. He's understanding that if he gets taken up by that kill contract, B-side completely vulnerable. So, it's going to be a Jansen that's going to be playing that first contact. He's going to try and set up for that flash. But, over on this side, Wayne has his eyes over on A main in case anyone is going in for that push. A little bit more passive this time on the defensive side for RDA. And it gives them a little bit more antsy. Slowly, everyone's just leaving the site, moving toward A. And this is the map manipulation we were talking about from DSG.
Styron just clears out, maybe sends a fake, but look at that. They're not afraid of this. RDA are actually reading this well. They've got a 5-stack on the A side, but this all might just be a fake overall, it seems. The Spike's traveling towards B. They've got the camera set up there from Markel, but that's not going to help them at all.
30 seconds
This
left.
is quite the gamble, and they want to play a complete retake on that B side, which I'm not quite sure is going to work out for them, but I'm pretty sure they wanted to avoid that kill contract. That's exactly why they kind of play together, to make sure that even if the kill contract does come through, they've got the trades. Nobody can actually flush into the side. That's actually a good decision from RDA, but now it's a 5v5 retake for them coming in.
Finds
The doctor, he's gone.
Inside the kill contract, wants to try and see if he can play this very well. Juicy does. Plant in the nick of time. Markel and Juicy trade one out for each other. It's all about just holding, playing that post plant well. Vera walking up here with that op. No fear at all, but Markel that wins in the end. The one-way smoke not working out in his favor. Sube with the Aldro and spots on every single member of DSG. Wayne somehow wins that. A tap from the Styron himself. The IGL, the fragging IGL, in fact, as Wayne sealed it off. And DSG take another round.
That was the real-time, that was the real-time vandalification of pew pew. That's exactly what he did.
So
It was literally just tap. What a shot from Styron.
Oh.
And Wayne as well, keeping himself alive there in that smoke, in that one way. I was really sure that he was gonna get taken out by the Sova.
Yeah.
I thought that Sube had him, but Wayne ready for that swing out. And even though he probably had no proper vision, was good for the kill. DSG, strong start here in a sense, as they once again look towards that A side. Once again, their attention is now drawn to make sure that that A side feels as uncomfortable as possible.
One of the biggest problems for RDA right now is trying to understand how they can play off each other and together. There have been so many times that DSG has been able to do fake after fake, catch so much of the attention over our mid side, over on the other side. Forces them to rotate, giving them the site for free. Rather not for free, or maybe find the weaker side.
Here.
Now RDA, look at how they're hovering over toward defense spawn. Gotta make sure that they're able to quickly rotate on forward. Millie Smokes playing off that info. The Owl drone goes in first. Juicy, as well as Grumble. Mid-side control on their end. Sube gonna go for one with that Hunter's Fury, but Vera over the mid-side finds two. In fact, Sube getting so much value from that Hunter's Fury. Slowly, Juicy gonna make his way up. Timing not in his side, but Sube will be the one to win this one. Unfortunately, Grumble reacts so quickly on that. Fixing a Doctor, quick! To band-aid the situation. Thrifty once again for Rev Thrifty Arena.
2 Thrifties in 6 rounds for this team, and those are the only 2 rounds that they won actually, so might be time to consider playing on just Sheriffs and, you know, Ghost itself, and, you know, check out the weapons maybe. Not really a good idea so far, it seems. But hey, I really hope that they are able to make the operator work now. Fixie's got it in his hands. He's got the knights as well. So that's going to be the first setup of that B site. And they are expecting DSG to move this way. And they're not wrong. He's going to have help from the Cypher. Markel's going to give him a little bit of information. And he does spot out. Recon towards mid from DSG to clear out again that same region. But Sube, look at him holding the Odin in a different position from what you usually see on B main. Because every single wall on Ascent is basically paper thin.
Sube's love of his life, the Odin. But you are right. Paper thin walls all around. Again, look at how DSG has positioned themselves. A bit more pressure toward tree and mid, and one lurker all the way onto B main. They can quickly just move out of the way if they want to. Doctor forced to teleport away. His position has been compromised, and Vera was there. Just quickly trade off his teammate if need be. That flash working so well in their favor, and one by one. DSG dwindling down the numbers of RDA. Fixie last man standing, up in hand. Playing a retake with an op.
Spike planted.
And almost impossible if you think about it. And a 1v4 as well. Perhaps the save might be the call here. Perhaps he can go for those pickoffs and exit frag, perhaps.
He might just be Hardy or Grumble. Look at the position he's sitting in. He's just waiting here. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he's going to hear him in a second, or he's going to turn around. Is he not? Oh, never mind. Fixie's not going to go in there himself.
Oh, God.
And they
Grumble
trade positions.
They just...
Nah, he's not going to turn around.
Shoulder to
They just
shoulder.
trade positions.
Oh, man. Fixie, the call for the save is here. Blades in hand. DSG, you really got to give it to them. How much they've adapted and changed up the way they play every time they lose a round. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, DSG will lose Wayne, but that's not going to be too much of a problem. 5 on the board, that's going to give them so much comfort going into this last couple of rounds in this first half. And excuse me, I'm not really sure when RDA will be choosing to pick out a timeout for themselves, because I really think they need one. They need to change the plan here because it's not working. They're not able to find the most opportunistic reads. Their reads have not been that great so far, except for on their eco rounds, because that's the only time they're able to actually take these aim fights, which allow them to win it. But the minute it comes to those Vandals and Phantoms, they're somehow depending on more utility than the gunfight itself. So that's a little concerning for me, because it seems like they're more confident on their pistols than they are on their, rifles.
Here. That is timing. That is timing. They're aware that Vera is on mid with that op, so question is how many is on mid? Majority of them, look at how much pressure they're applying here. Vera, so free to walk up pizza, walk up market if they want to. A lot more attention given in towards site itself. Fixie, close. The hero style play.
Oh my god.
Crosses by Vera's crosshair, but he did not react. And Fixie with the updraft punishes him for holding on that area too long. Unlucky. Sube found all alone. Aldron in hand, moves out of the way. So low right now. Rumble, his position compromised, and with that uppercut, they get him in the end. Caging off the outer area. But Fixie, the reposition makes it so hard to be taken out. He's been such a major problem for Elevate yesterday. He's starting to do so against DSG here. Doctor, his inner position will be able to give him a little bit of value. Unfortunately, not getting a pick off. Doctor good for one. Can he go for two? Has to go for Fixie on the top side. We've seen this 1v1 by Doctor! And he wins it!
It is done.
The IGL!
The fact that he was allowed to survive there for that long with an operator is not right. He should be pressured. Styron did really well, honestly. He got 2, but his team was still a little bit away. They're just struggling to get this kill down. Styron did so well, but Grumble, he was still looking on towards heaven to make sure that he can cover up for his IGL. Unfortunately for him, the Doctor was ready for both of them. He took care of what needed to be done, and the main thing was keeping himself alive. That was all they needed. Doctor, such meticulous precision with that up and movement, but Fixie, I can't say the same about him.
This time around, a little bit more aggression coming in from DSG. The biggest problem we've seen right now, we talked about the manipulation. We talked about how they're able to just force enemy rotations.
Here.
But I don't think we touched upon how aggressively they can play, and that exactly is what they did. Punishes Fixie for taking up that space. Wayne, preparing to put the setup for them to just completely burst on the site itself. Vera putting a little bit of pre-fire, some pressure onto Door. Kill contract gonna bring Sube into the realm once again. Quickly, Juicy will be the one to come out of this alive with advantage. Jansen trades out, finds Wayne. Still holding on behind Dice, excuse me. As the sprays come through, the flashes as well, giving a lot of value, but Styron, the step up is here. The IGL on the other hand also wanting to prove himself. Doctor once again finds himself all alone with that op. An op 1v3 retake might be hard. Switches up to that Vandal. Gonna make his way slowly but surely onto Heaven's side. The window will give a little bit of information where he's gonna be appearing from. But look at the high-low hold. One more all the way on main. And the Doctor stands no chance.
Yeah, that's gonna be a round that I didn't really expect DSG to take it their way, but the one thing that I was, excited about was the fact that the kill contract went in at the right time, but nobody was really following it up on A main. They waited until Juicy was able to actually find the frag, and then the last second was when you saw Wayne actually teleport into that site, and then you followed that up with Styron moving in. Timeout for Disguised here. Really interesting why exactly they've taken this. Maybe they want to try and calm some nerves down. A couple of, maybe extra excitement going around the, camp. But what I wanted to talk about particularly in that last round was the fact that the kill contract, which went towards A short, I would have liked to see somebody maybe creeping up towards A short at the same time to maybe get that sandwich movement, because one player has been, basically removed from this dimension, and you've got an advantage of running into the site as quickly as possible. I was concerned at the beginning that they won't be able to actually win the rounds, but their aim, of course, was on point. Styron, once again, getting a double, saving his team there, and they were able to put out the 6th over here. Pretty much the half has been, confirmed by them. Getting 6 on the attack on Ascent is absolutely really good, and there's space for more here, so RDA need to use this timeout for their advantage. How do they change up the gameplay? Do they go for a little bit more aggression with solidity to try and, cut off an entire side of the map? Or are they going to continue playing on the basis of information and then go on retakes again and again? Because so far, Tash, it's not worked out for them.
The only time we've seen more aggression was from Fixie. He was all alone on main. Love to see a little bit more teamwork when it comes to this aggression. Once again, gonna just burst onto the side. Fixie punishes on Markel as well. Pops the head of Juicy, taking full advantage that his shield is down. An upgrade for Fixie is here. Star Duelist, the one that's been the change maker for RDA. Grumble taking his fight over onto a tree. Jansen comes up on top. A Spectre in hand. Will claim his prize. A Vandal as Margel pops another head as well.
Okay.
Don't know what it is about RDA and these gun deficit rounds. What on earth is going on in their minds?
Yo, 3 out of 4 rounds that they've won so far have been ecos or less than half buys. They just somehow feel more confident taking fights with their shifts. I'm gonna, if I could, I would stop the game to ask him, what the hell are you guys doing? How is this possible? But we're here. We're gonna find out at the end of it. We're hopefully gonna talk to a couple of them later on. But RDA need a solid buy round here, because DSG are gonna be able to run away with the number of times these guys lose on their rifles. A bit of an aggression shown towards that A main side. Smokes across from both teams here, as Jansen's a little bit concerned. He is left alone. If he gets a a little bit antsy to push in and maybe take control. He will be in trouble, but the Doctor, he's getting pressure towards A short, and Wayne's already taken out Jansen towards main, so this is going to be trouble.
They spotted out that trip, they jumped over. And because the Doctor had all his attention onto main, that has been the biggest problem he had. VCT good for one, moves out of the way. Happy to take out their Sentinel there.
Spike
Gonna
planted.
be waiting for some information here. Sube, the Aldrich giving some form of information. Knows has one in hell. Spray out is here. Markel, the neural threft's activated and online. A jump shot up forward. VCT takes out a bit more space on Heaven. Sees where every member is. Reacting off it. Styron taken down by VCT. Juicy finds one. VCT quite low. A battle of the duelists here. Just the ring around the Rosie, but the swing out from Juicy. A bit much. Back-to-back thrifties from both teams here.
Last round in the half.
Yeah, I'm still kind of stuck on the fact that, you know, we've got the thrifties. This game has been, you know, the game of thrifties, you know, and I just can't help but think, you know what, you know, there could have been so many opportunities for somebody to, you know, come and take up the space, you know. We see it in Masters, right? You see MasterCard thrifty. Yeah, there could have been 6 of them right in the first half.
So true. Shock down onto our main. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Presumably just to take a little bit more space. Doesn't tag anyone. The only one tagged is gonna be Juicy, who's playing a little bit more aggressive. It's out of the way, Vera, as well as Grumble, making their way onto A main. Spike is on B. Gonna quickly shadow step all the way back, taking some space. Vera already in the site itself. Dash in. Jensen with that flash coming through. But that cage gives him a little bit more space. Just find some cover. Reposition themselves. Kill contract is here. And this time it's Jansen inside. Great on that one-on-ones. Jansen comes up on top. For the first time, Juicy loses this kill contract. More pressure in toward A main. And DSG left rubbing and wondering where are they going? Running over to their side. But might be a re-hit here. Not too sure as they go up to it top mid.
Information, just a touch of it. They know that they've got Styron on A main, and they're still stacking up here. 3 on the A site. Styron's probably going to hold off for as long as he possibly can, but the time is running low here. 20 seconds on the clock. That recon gives out so much more of the information that this is going to be an A hit.
Revealing area.
How he goes into the shroud of step, and in the smoke, he's trying to play around it. Wayne needs to be careful, but Styron and Couple get one each, and that's going to be another. They clear off the side, and it's suddenly a 2v2, but the time is not there. The spike will not be planted. DSG miss out on carrying the spike into the side, and they will lose out on an 8-4 half, probably just because of that.
Switching sides.
5-7 half. Very decent for attacking side. For RDA, managing to make it out on top. Regardless of rounds, their thrifties are definitely a sight to behold. In my opinion, I think it's more of that nothing to lose mindset when you are on this deficit buys. You don't have a lot of value, don't have the right guns, play a little bit more aggressive. And I want to see more from that from RDA on their rifle rounds rather than just playing a little bit more reactive.
Oh, this is a nice spot. This goes
Well,
here.
RDA on the attack this time need to show that they're capable of playing just as quickly as the SG are. Big C gonna take into market, it seems. Pretty much the same approach as Farah did in the first pistol round. The only difference being there's 4 here on that B side to try and flush them out of the side with him.
Flash through into the smoke himself. He sprays. Styron was ready and anticipating that. Crosshair clean to his head. Dome broken. Still, 3 members to work with. Not the most impossible thing in the world. It's all about the isolating fights. It's gonna be Grumble that comes up on top. Markel and the Doctor, 1 each to himself. Full control of Boathouse. They take full value of that. Wade with the right click to the head finds Doctor. Down to a 2-on-1. Markel all alone. We've seen him do magic, but not today. Not now. Vera is disallowing that to happen.
Well, that's gonna be a pistol that I didn't really expect to go their way because I thought that they actually had a great amount of control over there, RDA. But the minute they went into that, the first flash from Jensen, he had Wayne blind to bits, but then Styron was playing right behind that. He was already playing that anti-flash. He knew that this is gonna happen. What a great dodge and what a great setup here. Instantly behind that came another flash. Grumble got in another. And the Doctor, while he was able to pick up two, he wasn't expecting Wayne to come back around, play around his own smoke. A great smoke there from Wayne to help his own teammates and him to gain that pistol in their hand. Grumble getting a little aggressive. The Doctor's already been 25 tagged down though. It's not going to be too much of a problem if he wants to kind of mow down and build up some economy for himself. And Grumble, he goes for it, finds one. And that's going to probably make RDA question this B-side attack once more.
VSG, you're really learning from the last anti-eco they had lost the previous half. Taking a more aggressive approach to punish any aggression coming in from RDA. RDA, forced to keep quiet, tries to go for a re-hit once again. Sube, 2 for 1, but Grumble will be the one to take out 3 heads from RDA. It's all about their weight. Not sure if they are aware that Sube is inside the smoke itself. Markel alone on the site itself. Can't do more than that. Little bit more of a decisive win onto this round. They take the anti-eco.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the first round that RDA haven't won. That's an eco. This is the first round. That's an eco that they've not been able to turn into a victory. At the bare minimum, they did get a touch of damage here and there, nothing more. But DSG are going to be comfortably in the lead by 4 rounds now, 9-5. They also have the neural theft already available onto Grumble. So that's a really good piece of Ultimate to have because the information that it provides on the back of maybe in a retake if they are able to find a stray kill towards A short or towards mid, because it seems like at the moment it might be an A split coming in the works here. They've got the KO and the Jet moving in. Never mind, it seems like it's going to be an A short smoke, so that could be a mid to B hit. A knife goes in deep, clears out market, but there's a tripwire currently keeping them at bay there, and Juicy's going to play reactionary on the back of that.
So different here, where just now DSGs were able to just walk all the way up into market. Gives a bit more info knowing that the trip has been broken. DSG just taking their sweet time. Smokes up one end. Not understanding or no clue how many are coming through that market hold itself. Juicy fighting his way back into A site. So trying to catch anyone just lurking on toward the mid side all alone. Doctor still here. Hanging on to the A side itself. Vera, a good read. Just holding the side of smokes in case anyone were to try push through. But that pivot, this is going to be very interesting, very important, because a lot of information has been relayed. Vera caught unawares. Doctor is here. Immediately they burst onto the site itself. Playing and holding near the door area. Jensen good for 1. Juicy gonna find 1. 2 in fact over in heaven before finally knocked down by Jensen. Plant comes through.
30 seconds left.
They might be able to walk away with this. 2-on-3. DSG with only a bulldog. The sheriff holder taken out. Trying to find where the last player is. Styron, the IGL of DSG, all alone. Could go for pickoffs if he's able to isolate. He's so good on those taps, but Jansen also brings the same to the game.
Good starting round on the bye here for RDA as they take up number 6, but it's still a long way to go. I agree that these guys are a little bit less on utility when it comes to their defense. Having Juicy and that ISO and Vera on the Jet, makes it a little bit difficult to hold on to these pushes that come in from RDA, especially towards that A-short position, because you've got no really stoppage utility. Even if you've got, the vulnerable that goes in from Juicy, they can just swing out as a double or triple and take care of you right there. And that's what you need to be worried about as DSG. Extra aggression could turn things sour here. And Jansen's made sure that aggression from Vera, he was alone on market, jiggling towards mid, and he takes away his life. That's a big first kill to get as they now tread towards A short. They're waiting. They're awaited by Juicy and Wayne.
Null command popped. Doctor throws in the paranoia. Perfect setup for them to walk onto the side, but no one's home. They're playing a little bit more passive. Juicy on main here. So aware. Wayne has Juicy's back. Good for 1. They play off this so well. Look at this hold. Instead of playing on the site itself, they play off site. understanding that they're able to choke them on the side itself. A good reposition, adaptation for DSG to take the round away from RDA.
A really small off angle. That's exactly what Juicy needed. He just got it right in place, and he made sure that he waited for the right opportunity because they were so focused on the fact that the doctor had flashed into the site, and they were focused on taking that fight because the setup was there. And he didn't realize that there's gonna be somebody on A main towards the archway. Wines is taken care of, the smoke cut off the doctor, and one after the other, the kills were absolutely perfect. Great round there from DSG, as now the Odins come out from Styron to make sure that they, settle this up as quickly as possible. But Juicy and Vera decide to take matters into their own hands, get one each towards the mid-region.
Previous round, Rivera punished them. This time around, he learned. Got picks of his own. A lot more pressure, a lot more tension put onto the mid side. Uppercut. Put onto toward tree. That's to deter RDA from pushing through. This time around, RDA doing the due diligence. Checking out Wine, clearing every single corner. But that's the beauty coming in from DSG. Depth. Every round is a puzzle for RDA to figure out. Trying to find a way into the set itself.
Cover going out.
The covers come through. Spots out the members of RDA, and Wayne, all he has to do is just pre-fire. Chip damage. Rumble quickly follows up. The Doctor finds himself all alone once again. Not for long, though. Sube
30 seconds left.
moved out of tree. Only a sheriff in hand. Can't pop heads. Another round for DSG. And the rounds get more and more. And RDA struggling to climb that tall mountain.
Yeah, this is slowly slipping out of hand, one after the other, especially Juicy. He's been on absolutely top of the game here, and they've got no answer to this. RDA, yeah, they're going to take the timeout at this late stage of the game, and it's really important for them as well because they really need to realize how they're going to approach this. Their utility has not been on point this time. They're not getting information that's actually useful to them in terms of taking control, in terms of getting map advantage, because they're trying to, go in towards mid to take a short. But the problem is they're losing out on straight up aim duels. The minute Juicy is popping his face in front of him, he's taking them out one after the other. They've got Grumble doing the same thing on the B side when need be. And now they're switching things up, it seems. They're going for that split up because you can see Grumble already on the minimap coming in towards A short, which means they expect that this is going to be a hit on a bit of a slow basis. They've been doing A quite some time, so they might actually try to go B this round. And that's why they've got Juicy set up there so that the kill contract can come through and they take out the one and only player who's going to be running in. I think they're going to try and, pincer Fixie this time because he's not had the best of games. And they want to try and allow Juicy to get him under his grip. If they're able to do that, then instantly that attack from RDA will be suffocated, stopped in tracks. And I think Juicy and that double stack on towards short is aiming for exactly just that. Look at how quickly Vera's going out. He's gonna get one for free, and he gets away as well.
Oh man, trades out that Dr. Will. It's also doing
I
60.
know exactly.
Some damage taken, both teams butting heads here onto the mid side. Looking to wrestle this control of that area. Neural theft, giving all the information they need. Was DSG to decide to aggress, but it's gonna be an extra value taken from RDA. Markel, spotted out by Wayne. Wayne, playing the patient game. All about trying to figure out where everyone's going to be. Playing from inside those smokes, knows that a teleport from the Doctor has been here, and he sprays him out, cancel the TP. Fixie's never trade, he walks all the way into CT. 3 already to his name as the Doctor finds the last one. Whatever they talked about in that timeout clearly gave a lot of value. That was a very, very dominating round by RDA.
Yeah, I'm the jinxer right here. I said Pixie's not having a good game, and he finds 3. Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not? Sorry, DSG, my bad. But this has been a great round for RDA, and I'm really glad that they were able to actually work it out. Doctor's ultimate was perfect. He knew exactly where that smoke's coming from, Wayne. He's done that 2 times before. He did it again. This time, he didn't fall prey for it. He had his teammates coming at the right time, find the frag, because the trade-off was perfect. And Fixie, finding the 3 that he did, on point. Vera, this time, going to be forced off of his mark, will be not using his dash either because he's been detained from using his abilities. And RDA once again find mid control. But where do they want to go? The peak is still held on towards high mid and towards A short as well, as the spike slowly traveling in towards market.
Love how much control on market to just displace Vera. They've been punished way too many times onto the mid area. So now with Vera forced onto A site, the world is their oyster. Or rather, Ascent is their oyster. Doctor holding a little bit more of an aggressive angle here to see if anyone would peek out from tree. But DSG, they're starting to understand how they've been punished. Instead of playing proactively, they're going to play reactive. We see kill contract comes through. It's going to be Fixie picked up. Fixie, the star duelist. Can he actually take this away? He can't! Juicy not allowing more than one kill contract to fail. Sube good for one. Transfers back. He tries to go for more. Yes, he does. Styron. With that, Odin take it out of his hands.
30 seconds left.
Little less pressure to worry about from RDA in terms of damage dealt. DSG, not an impossible task to go for this retake, but a one-man deficit will be a little bit harder to deal with. Vera coming to site, knows exactly where Doctor is now. Using the cloud burst to cross, they're not going to do that. The pre-fires are just strong from RDA.
Wow.
2 rounds in a row, RDA. And DSG this time on the other end, wondering what are they to do.
Finally, a couple of rounds that they've been able to put together. Look at that pinstripe over there. If you look at RDA, they've just been exchanging rounds in that first half constantly towards the end of it. But this time around in the second half, they needed to get a couple of rounds together. And that's exactly what they've done. And instantly, that sent a bit of a chill down DSG's spine, saying, okay, you know what, guys? We need to kind of take in a back step, see what they're doing, hold off for a bit, because they've got a little bit of control against us on that mid region. I think they really need that mid region to succeed a little bit more. RDA are going to keep focusing on making sure that market is being flushed out. That knife from Jansen has been really, really solid. It's been really helpful. And DSG have not been going to break it at all. Vera's been pushed off with his op. He's not getting that, value that you would get towards mid by getting the first pick and getting away instantly. Him not finding that is such good news for RDA, because the space that they create with not the players, but just the utility has been so far in the last 2 rounds really, really good. I think DSG need to try and maybe poke out that B main a little bit more, because they've been getting free real estate towards B main so far. So far is what I'm talking about. But if RDA choose to maybe change things up, taking a little bit of an aggressive approach, go for a B fast hit, then DSG might be in trouble. But it doesn't seem like the case. They're not changing the game plan just yet. They've got Grumble back on the B site, and they've got Vera back in towards mid. So DSG going with the same game plan, this time seemingly maybe more reactionary, not going for those, early pickoffs or early spots of information.
Silence.
Cage trigger.
Yeah, just figure out where DSG are.
They found my wire.
On the tripwire, breaking that. Good read by Grumble there. The Doctor still up in his hand. Very rare we'd see an Omen with an op, but Doctor makes it work. Again, as Universe said, more reactionary instead of proactive. Smokes down, Wayne. Already anticipating this push, Bucky in hand, puts a bit of damage, takes on 1. Can he go for 2? Not quite. Fixie there for the trade. Taking up so much space onto the site itself. The other members of DSG running and scrambling onto A side itself. Hunter's Fury let out. But Fixie dodges meticulously. Plant cancelled, or is disrupted for the time being. They do get it in the end. Playing this corner, Fixie gonna be very sharp with this. 3 members on Heaven, Doctor dwindling it down. Cage just to buy a little bit of time and space. Sprays, but Fixie very, very strong. Moves down to play a little bit more safely with his teammates, understanding that Juicy is there. Markel finds 1, and so does Fixie. A good post-plant hold. And RDA looking great.
That was another solid round. Of course, DSG on a little bit of a weaker buy there. Didn't really have much to work with. They did get that first frag onto Sube, which gave them a little bit of confidence, but the retake was a little fragmented, giving out isolated fights, one swing out after the other. And then, of course, the push in. The minute they found that first frag with, I believe it was Vera swinging out from Heaven, they made sure that the confidence did not, track them back. They go in, set up Fixie for another fight, flash out from Jansen. Really good stuff here. But now DSG need to turn things around. Shock Dart destroys. No, he doesn't actually destroy the tripwire, and he's going to set it up a little more deeper. Markel takes it back again. He's just playing sound cues here, baiting out that shock dart. That's really great stuff. Styron, no more shock darts available, which means they cannot break those tripwires, and that's actually so smart from Markel.
Not a lot of repositions from DSG. They're just doing the same thing again, but more about reacting this time. Taking a more passive approach. Their aggression, especially toward mid-side, has been punished. And RDA has been very, very good to just make sure that they cannot do and capitalize off it again. The only time that DSG was able to fully capitalize off that mid-hold was just once. This time around, Wayne will be in wine. They check it out. Playing so closely at the end of those smokes. Juicy good for one, and Wayne just gonna completely spray inside the choke all the way on A main. 3 members dwindled out already. Moves out of the way, 5 bullets in the barrel. A lot of trust given to his teammates. Juicy as well as Vera are here. Places off angle. Doctor does not know that Wayne is there! What is going on? Wayne with 4! Playing so very well! Despite the fact that he had put so much damage, RDA probably thought that he was playing on main with Juicy.
He didn't give a single sound cue away to actually get away from there. Just that one smoke causing so much confusion, but they knew that Wayne's here. He's the one who's been sitting in wines getting it. And of course, Batman himself had to come in to clutch out for his team, make it match point. Master Wayne takes them to match point as RDA will now be looking to do their infamous match point runs once again. Doesn't seem likely at this point, but they're switching up the pace here really quickly on towards A main, and Vera's here with the up. Does not connect, but Grumble does his job instead. Gets 2, and the trades go either way.
A sight completely in RDA's favor. 3-on-3 still.
Take flight.
Sube, the Aldron gonna give some info. Door will be eventually broken there, and Wayne quickly reacts to his name. Plays inside of the cage itself. Uppercut just to catch him out. A very, very clean, decisive end to this map. DSG show us why Ascent is their playground. And DSG will take the first point.
Well, in this round of 5, it's going to be DSG who claim up the first map. And what a win as well. RDA did really try in that last second to, switch things up, go in for a lot